Good morning. My name is Mindy Post, and I guess I am what you would call an FCC lifer. I started attending this church as a kindergartner in 1963 when my family relocated to Glen, Ellyn from New Jersey. I was confirmed in this church. I married my husband Hugh Walborn here. I have two daughters, Amanda 28 and Susan 23, and they were both baptized and confirmed here. We had both of my parents' memorial services here. My daughter Amanda was married here to her husband Scott in 2014, and although Susan no longer lives in the area, her heart is still with this church, and she and her fiancé Reese will be married in Pittsburgh, but by Pastor Kendra this coming May. Over the 47 years since I have been confirmed, I have been pretty much on every board. I was a moderator in 1996, and I have taught a lot of church school. But for the last 10 years, I have been involved in all things hospitality and food. Currently, I'm on the leadership team of the Kitchen Chicks, and I work in the Ministry of Meals with PADS. I lunched with the ladies in the Loop on Thursday, and last night hosted a group for the Progressive Dinner. So it's a surprise to you that I'm not here to talk about food. What I am here to talk about is something near and dear to my heart, and that is the Advent Festival. Now, because I only have 5 minutes, well, actually 4 now, I'm going to start with the punchline, and that is, we all know that faith is better lived in community. And the act of being and doing together strengthens our relationship and in turn helps us on our way down our own faith pathways. The stronger our connections are with each other, the stronger our connections are with God, and vice versa. Hebrews chapter 10, verses 24 through 25 reads, "And let us consider how to stir up one another to love and good works, not neglecting to meet together, as is the habit of some, but encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day drawing near." Well, the Advent Festival is the epitome of church and community. It's where we come into this rather hectic season by being together, by sharing and laughing and encouraging, and basically building relationships with this community and with each other. So what exactly is the Advent Festival? Well, it's a 50-year-old tradition, at least. It takes place on the first Sunday of Advent, normally, and people of all ages come together for an afternoon of crafts and sharing food. It's where kids get to see their dad use glitter, and where a 4-year-old gets to wield a can of spray snow. And the whole family, teenagers included, get to work together to assemble a banner that will be a reminder of this moment in time. I have the most vivid memories of the Advent Festival from my childhood. I remember coming in the parking lot door, very same one that's there today, and there was a small Sunday school table right inside the door, and there was a little blue record player on it, and they would be playing Christmas carols on an LP. It was really scratchy. And there, church lady, circa 1968, would greet you, and you received your instructions verbally from a human being at that point. We hadn't gotten into this idea of printing out everything. Then you would take your hot dish to the kitchen. Kitchen is largely the same. And then we started our rounds to the rooms to make the various crafts. Every year there was a different assortment of things, but there was always a banner and always the Yule log. Now my mother, Charlene Post, was the craft maven of the universe. Right. And she worked on designing the Advent crafts long before the days of Pinterest. And she and her other crafty lady friends, they would clip and collect ideas all year long. And she started the tradition of the banner, which became a fixture at the event. Every year there was a unique design, and this was made of felt or other fabrics. Well, there was a kit prepared for every single family, and of course these kits had to be cut out and assembled. So my mother cleverly created the idea of a cutout party. And this was where I got to invite my friends for food and fun, and what fun was cutting out all the pieces that go in the Advent kit. I remember some of her more brutal designs. She was very enterprising. It would take several parties, and some of them to the wee hours of the night, to get it all cut out. Now, that tradition has continued, went through with my children. They had cutting parties all the way through their senior year in high school. And now that they're gone, our Thanksgiving guests get to participate in that. With me saying, "Would you like some pie? First, cut out these 300 leaves." You think I'm kidding. Truly. Now, as much as my mother was the craft maven, my dad was the antithesis of the crafty guy. And my brother, who in childhood was affectionately known as Smash, Rip, and Ruin, also participated in this event. They came together, used the glue, used the glitter, but they were in charge of the Yule log. And the Yule log meant getting the birch logs and all of the greens and drilling the holes in them for you to place your Advent candles. Well, my brother, Charles Post, who is the coffee guy you see regularly, he still handles his craft. And over the years, he's had quite a number of adventures, including one time when he and another member of this church got a little confused, and they drilled 3 holes instead of 4. So we had a Trinity log that year. Now, I realize not everyone is into crafts, and people think their kids outgrow this kind of thing, and there's no way their husband would give up football. And I mean, can something so quaint and so homespun still have a place in Glen, Ellyn in 2019? I mean, our hyper-busy schedules and our traveling competitive sports and our tech-savvy kids who are literally have a smartphone from birth. Well, I say it can, because I don't think anyone outgrows the need for meaningful relationships and faith lived in community. So the Advent Festival this year is Sunday, December 1st at 3 o'clock. The sign-ups start today, and you can see me out in the atrium area with a collection of things from the past, including a photo from 1979 that I will show you from the Advent Festival with my father sitting at the little thing wearing a tie. Yes, they wore a tie to the Advent Festival back then. So come and see me, or you can sign up online. It's $10 per family, and I hope to see you there.